here, everyone, today we will focus on Section A in 2023 P1 TASMO Sample Paper. Okay, so here let's have a look for the first question. How many more fish than cats in this picture? Okay, so here, everyone, let's have a look. When you read the question, please try to underline some keywords. Okay, so what keywords can you see here? Look. The question is not asking you how many fish are there. Also, it is not asking you how many cats are there. You need to figure out the difference. How many more fish than cats? Okay, so here everyone, please tell me how many fish can you see in the picture? How many fish? 我们来看一看图片当中有多少条小鱼呢？ How many fish can you see here? Okay, when you do the question, especially when it comes to counting, try to tick it or circle it, okay? Just to try to remind yourself. Okay, so here let's have a look. How many fish are there? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then 12. Okay, try to label it or mark it. So here you see in the picture there are 12 fish. And again, how many cats can you find? Again, look, we have 1, and then we have 2, and then we have 3, okay, and then move on, 4, okay, and then 5, okay, and then 6, 7, and 8, okay? So after you count, do remember to write it down. How many cats? Write it down, 8. How many fish? Write it down, 12. So here you see what is the difference. How to find the difference? The difference here, we just apply subtraction, minus the bigger number, 12, minus the smaller number, 8. So here we can get 4. 12 minus 8 equals to 4. Okay, the first one is super easy, and the teacher Apple only want to mention that do remember to underline or circle the keywords. And also, when you try to count something, try to tick it or circle it. Just remind yourself. Okay, now let's for the second one. Look at the items below and answer the following questions. So firstly, let's have a look how many kinds of food can you see. We can see a muffin, which cost $1 each. And also you can see a loaf of bread, which cost $4 each. Question 1. Mrs. Tan bought 3 muffins and a loaf of bread. Okay, so here everyone, can you try to find some key information? Okay, try to underline the key information. 3 muffins and a loaf of bread. Okay, and also do remember to read the question carefully. How much did she spend altogether? As long as you see the keyword all together, usually you try to add all of them together. Okay, plus. So here, can I just say, okay, 1 plus 4 equals to 5. Wow, super easy. I choose A. Is that correct? No, okay. 3 muffins. So that is 1 plus 1 plus 1. Also, you can apply multiplication. That is 3 times 1 equals to $3. And after that, you see how what about the bread? We still have 1 loaf of bread. So that is $3 plus $4. In total, there are $7. Okay. So here again, you see that what is the key point? Especially when it comes to the word problem, try to underline or circle the keywords when you read the question. Okay, now let's move on to the second one. Mrs. Tan gave the cashier a $10 note. How much change? How much change? What is the meaning of a change? 零钱 ，OK， 所以我们现在看到 Mrs. Tan 她给了一张10美元的金币，10美元的纸币。那现在需要找回多少呢 ？So here, do remember that in question 1, we already know that she needs to pay $7, but now she gave the cashier a $10 note. So here, what is the change? The bigger number minus the smaller number. 10 minus 7 equals to 3. Okay. So this is the second one. Also, it is not that hard, but do remember to read the question carefully. Underline the keywords. Okay, now let's move on to the third one. These are the grilled skewers bought by Gina. Please complete the last skewer according to the pattern. Okay, try to find the pattern. 这种题呢，在中文当中我们会叫它滑滑梯。OK， 那这里 Teacher Apple 可以给大家展示一下。So here, look, maybe I draw a slide here. OK， 我们假设这一些蔬菜它们在滑滑梯。OK， 那我们现在看。第一个出来的是什么 ？It is the carrot, right？ 好，那我们现在 carrot 它滑滑梯了之后，它还可以继续第一个吗？不可以了，它滑下去之后，它就要怎么样？它就要去排队，从哪里开始排？从整个队伍的最后一个开始排。所以你可以看到，在第二行当中，它在哪里？它在这一支队伍的最后面。那接下来是谁去滑滑梯呢？我们看接下来就轮到了土豆。那同样等这个土豆滑下去了之后，它要去哪里？它要去到这个队伍的最后面 ，right? So you can see that this is the pattern. Now let's have a look after the. Let me check. So here you see that after the mushroom already. Leaf. Okay. So what is the next one? You see that the next one it should be the pepper, right? So here you see for this question, the answer should be B. Okay. 通常呢，我们在遇到图形的时候，小朋友会看到很多，比如说像旋转啊，或者它们有左右交换位置的这种 pattern。那特别典型的一种呢，就是像这种滑滑梯的。一定注意，如果你滑滑梯滑走之后，你要去哪里排队？你要从这个队伍的最后面开始排。这一种 pattern 小朋友可以多注意一下，也是在考试当中非常常考的一种类型。Okay, now let's move on to the next one. It is a bit more challenging. Fold a piece of square paper according to the steps shown below. How will the paper look like after we cut a small triangle and unfold it? 在做练习的时候，很多小朋友还有家长会跟 Teacher Apple 说到，觉得这一类的题目有一点点难。那其实它跟我们在课上讲的关于working backwards 就是从后往前递推的这一种题目会比较像。我们看涉及到折纸问题，其实它也考察的是轴对称的问题。OK， 我们从最后一个开始，我们先来看我们图中剪下了一个什么？剪下了一个三角形。但是一定要注意，我们去观察剪的图形的时候，还要去找一些特征。比如这个三角形它是怎么剪的？它是竖着剪的，还是横着剪的，还是点对点的这样子去剪的 ？So in this picture, everyone you see, you can find what? That is a point to point, right? 三角形的点是对着这一张正方形的点的，所以小朋友可以去观察一下这一类的特征。那其实有一些反应很快的小朋友，在找到这一点之后，他就立刻可以把 B 给它排除了。为什么？因为我们看，如果是图形 B 的话，没错，它也是点对点，但是你看这个角，它是不是特别的大？它的开合特别的大。但是图片当中我们可以看到，哦，这一个角它是非常的小的。那如果观察不到这一步的话，也没有关系，我们继续来。我们看涉及到折纸问题，我们要去找它的轴对称和对称轴。我们先来看，如果我把这张三角形的纸给它展开之后，其实它就是一张正方形，对不对？那你在想，我怎么样获得这一张三角形？其实就是把正方形给它斜着，沿着对角线给它折起来。所以我们在展开之后，这个图形我们可以得到的是什么？应该得到一个跟它一模一样，但是方向相反的三角形。所以这一题我们看，我们就慢慢的往前推。好，那再往前，这一张正方形的纸，我们现在是 fold it。那我如果是 unfold it， 给它打开呢？打开了之后，它就是一张长方形，对吗？那长方形同样，我们把折痕的部分给它画出来，在正中间。一定注意，以这一条线 为轴，它左边的部分和右边的部分一定是完全一样的。They are totally identical to each other。不可能说我左边剪出来一个小菱形，我右边折出来一个三角形，或者折出来一个爱心，或者折出来一个五角星。不可能的在轴对称的图形当中，我们可以看到左边的部分和右边的部分是完全一样的。好，所以根据这一个部分，我们可以补充另外的一半它应该长什么样。那接下来呢，我们再往前推。现在我们得到的是一张小的长方形的纸，那我们沿着它的折痕给它打开，我们就可以得到一张大的正方形的纸。所以我们来看现在的折痕在中间，那上面是什么？我们刚刚已经画出来了。那下面的部分，小朋友可以自己去试着画一画，就是长成这个样子。Okay, so now you can find the answer. What is it? It should be D, right? Yes, I see. Okay, some of you answered it correctly. Okay, so here you see that when it comes to the folding paper folding, so do remember to think backwards. Okay, think backwards. 我们从最后一步一步一步往前推。好的，这一题会稍微难一点点，所以小朋友也可以跟 Teacher Apple 一样，在你们的书上，在你们的纸上，自己把对应的这个折痕所代表的这一条对称轴给它画出来。Okay, next one. Maddie is 2 years older than Lola, and Lola is 6 years younger than Addie. How much older is Ellie than Maddie? So for this question, we try to compare who is older, who is younger. Okay, so think about it. What method can we use here? What method can we use here? What is the method? 我们有专门的方法是应对这一类问题的，有没有小朋友学过？ When it comes to comparison, what method can we use? We call that magic arrow. OK, 好，我们现在再来一块复习一下神箭图的绘画。OK, 神箭图这也是一种方法，用于做比较。When it comes to comparison, we can draw magic arrow. So firstly, you need to draw the arrow and do remember to label it. What is the meaning of the direction here? 一定注意，不能只是画一个箭头，画完箭头之后要去标记箭头它所代表的含义是什么？它是代表更胖、更高、更重，还是年纪更大？一定要在这里给它写出来。那我们看这道题，它在比较什么？ The question is comparing age, right? So here we just write down the right direction. It refers to who is elder. Okay, and then let's have a look. Try to find the main character. 谁是在这一道题当中的关键人物呢？我们读第一句话。Maddie is 2 years older than Lola. So we can just draw a pot. Okay, draw a red dot to represent Maddie. Maddie is 2 years older than Lola. So where is Lola? Is Lola on the left side or on the right side of Maddie? 注意我们在右边的部分代表的是谁的年龄更大。那我们现在知道 Maddie 她比 Lola 要大2岁，所以 Lola 在哪里呢？ Lola 应该更年轻，那就是在左边。Okay, so here you can draw it. This is for Lola. And what is the difference between their ages? It is 2 years old, right? So try to label 2 years. 画图做比较的时候，一定要注意一下步骤 ，OK？ 我们画图的时候一定要按照步骤来。Okay, and next one, Lola is 6 years younger than Ellie. 6 years younger than Ellie. So where is Ellie? OK, 我们现在需要想的就是接下来我们要去画 Ellie 的位置，但是问题来了 ，Ellie 在哪里？根据第二句话，我们知道 ，OK，Lola 她比 Ellie 要年轻，那我可以把它画在这个中间吗 ？Can we just draw it in the middle? Yes or no? Can we just draw it in the middle? No, okay? Why? Because here you see it is 6 years, right? 6 is much bigger than 2. So here, let's have a look. Where can we show 6? 因为我们看到 Lola 和 Maddie 之间的这个 gap， 它只有2岁。但是呢，我们知道 Lola 和 Ellie 之间的这个年龄差应该是6岁，所以我们要怎么画？我们要画在外面 ，OK， 更远一点。Okay, so here again, try to label that. The difference between Lola's age and Ellie's age is 6 years. And what is the question asking us? How much older is Ellie than Maddie? How much older is Ellie than Maddie? 一定注意啊 we are comparing Ellie and Maddie. In other words, we try to figure out for the red part. What is the difference here? Now you see that for the bigger one is 6 and for the smaller one it is 2. So what is the difference here? The difference is 4. Okay, so here we choose C. Understand? Okay. 是不是有一点点卡？我来看一下啊。哦，大家听到这个视频会卡吗 ？OK， 好，那我们继续吧。OK， 好，那同样的，我们再来练习一下神剑图，这个也是我们之间长期班的小朋友们必须有一点卡是吗？好，我们稍等一下。现在是不是好了？好。好，那现在我们再来练一道额外的题目，这个也是我们之前长期班的小朋友在课中学习的时候给他们分享的一道练习题。现在小朋友们可以来自己做一做。OK， read the question. Alan, Betty, Candy, and Danny are comparing their heights. 4个小朋友在比较他们的身高。Read the clues below to determine who is the tallest and who is the shortest. A. Candy is not the shortest. Candy 她不是最矮的那一个。B. Candy is shorter than Betty and Danny.Candy 她比 Betty 和 Danny 都要更矮。C. Danny is taller than Betty. Danny 要比 Betty 更高。The question is who is the shortest and who is the tallest? Okay, so here everyone, maybe you can try it by yourself first, okay? Teacher Apple can give you 1 minute. Try to draw the magic arrow by yourself. Okay, try to draw it.给大家1分钟的时间来想一想这道题我们应该怎么做。Can you find who is the shortest one? 小朋友们一定要自己来动笔画一画。OK， 我来看看有没有小朋友得到答案了。好，那我们可以一起来做一做 ，OK？ So here let's have a look what is the step 1. Step 1, try to draw an arrow, okay? And after that, do remember to label it, okay? What is the meaning of the right side that is taller, okay? A, C, B, D. OK. 我看到有些小朋友写了 A, C, B, D， 但是这一个顺序是什么？从高到矮还是从矮到高呢？Okay, so here let's have a look. According to the first sentence, we know that Candy is not the shortest. But where is Candy? Never mind, we just draw a dot. Okay, and then for the second one, Candy is shorter than Betty and Danny. So here we know that there are 2 people who are taller than Candy. Taller than Candy. So they must be on the right side of Candy. Okay. But here, let's have a look. What about Betty or Danny? Who is the tallest one? Read the third sentence. Danny is taller than Betty. Taller than Betty. So Danny is on the right side of Betty. So here we can get Danny and Betty. Yes, correct. Okay, good job. Shorter to taller. Yeah. So after that, let's have a look. Do you have any idea about Alan? Because according to the question, actually we can find that there are 4 people who are comparing their heights. But so far we only figured out the Candy, Betty, and Danny. So where is Alan? Can you find it? Do remember back to the first clue. Candy is not the shortest. But now you see that according to our magic arrow, Candy is the shortest. How? Because Alan is shorter than Candy. Okay, so now you see that according to the question, we can find that who is the shortest? That is Alan. And who is the tallest? It is Danny. Understand? 所以小朋友们画图的时候一定要注意一下画图的步骤。Firstly, we draw the arrow and then do remember to label that. What is the meaning of your arrow? Taller, heavier, fatter, richer? What is the meaning? Okay, do remember to label that. And then for the third one, try to read the sentence by sentence. Read the sentence carefully. Okay, and also I wanna show you another method, okay? Just now we already know that for magic arrow, when do we use magic arrow? That is when we are trying to compare something. 用于对比做比较的时候，我们来画神剑图。那我们再来看看另外一种方式，画表格。小朋友们也可以跟 Teacher Apple 一起来复习一下，这都是我们之前学习过的方法。Okay, again, read the question. 3 friends, Katie, Lisa, and Mary meet up for dinner and talk about work. One of them is an actor. One of them is a teacher. And the last person is a doctor. Read the clues below and fill in the table to find out each of their occupations. 首先我们来看这一类题，它考的是什么？它还考的是比较吗？在比较谁谁的年纪更大，在比较谁更重，在比较谁更高吗？不是的，在这种题我们称它为 1v1， 也就是我们试着去把每一个人和他们对应的职业来做搭配。那这一道题会稍微的有一点点有挑战啊，小朋友们来读一下啊。So here let's have a look for A. Katie and the doctor are neighbors. Katie and the doctor are neighbors. Oh. So here, everyone, let's have a look at what can we get from sentence A. Do you have any idea? Katie and the doctor are neighbors. So what can we get? Katie is a doctor. Katie is not a doctor, or I don't know. A or B or C? 这个选项在屏幕上显示的会小吗？看看我们从第一个句子当中可以得到什么样的信息 ？Katie and the doctor are neighbors. Okay. I see. You have different answers. Okay. So here, everyone, do remember that Katie and the doctor are neighbors. So one cannot be the neighbors as himself, right? 一个人是不可以跟自己当邻居的，所以我们知道 Katie is not doctor. And this is what can we get. So here, look, since we already know that Katie is not a doctor, what should we do? You just draw a cross in the table. Understand? 一定注意一下这个部分啊，一个人是不可以跟自己当邻居的。Okay, so here, let's move on to sentence B. Lisa and the doctor used to be classmates. So according to the second sentence, what can we get? Lisa is a doctor. Lisa is not a doctor, or I don't know. Which one? Yes, super good. So here you see Lisa is not a doctor, right? Okay, so again, we can draw a cross. So actually now everyone, do you have any idea about Mary? Now you see that Katie is not a doctor, Lisa is not a doctor, so who is the doctor? Who is the doctor? Yeah, so actually you see we can get Mary is doctor. OK， 好，这个地方呢，我们就可以知道了，其实 Mary 她的职业就是 doctor， 因为其他两个人都不是，那一共就只有3种职业一一对应 ，right？ Okay, so after that, everyone, let's have a look. Read sentence C. Katie is taller than the doctor. Katie is taller than the doctor, so what can we get? Katie is an actor. Katie is not actor, or I don't know. Which one? Ah, yes, good job. Yeah, Mary is doctor. Okay, what about the third one? Katie is taller than the actor. Yes, good job. Now everyone, you already got it, right? So Katie is taller than the actor. One cannot compare with himself. So we can get Katie is not an actor as well. So now could you please tell me what is the occupation of Katie? What is the occupation of Katie? Can you find it? Yeah, must be teacher, right? Okay, so the middle one. Then you can take it. Okay, and also here, Teacher Apple wanna introduce a new concept. It is called super tick. What is the super tick? That is as long as you draw one tick in the table, so actually that is in that column and in that row, you can only find one tick. So now you see we already figured out Katie is teacher. Okay, I draw the super tick here. That is Lisa is not a teacher. And also Mary is not a teacher. Okay? And also you can find that Mary is doctor. Okay, again, super tick. That is Mary cannot be actor anymore. So who is the actor? Can you find? Look, it must be Lisa. Lisa is the actor. 所以小朋友们在这个地方可以稍微注意一下这两种方法的使用。When do we use magic arrow? That is when we try to compare something. And when do we draw the table? That is when it comes to one to one. Okay? 一一对应的时候，我们会画表格；如果是对比比较的时候，我们会去画神剑图。OK。好，接下来我们往下啊，这也是一个非常非常重要的知识点，在 P1 和 P2 涉及到正方体的展开图。Which of the nets below cannot form a cube? So here, everyone, please open your eyes. What is the keyword? Cannot. Okay. So here I know that it is super easy for you. It must be A. But also let's try to review all the nets of a cube. Okay. 我们来稍微复习一下正方体的11种展开图。OK 这里也给大家准备了小视频，所以现在屏幕前的爸爸妈妈也可以帮小朋友们来稍微录一下屏，或者是我们来截个图。OK, so for the first one, we call that 141 type 141类型。那我们来看一下主要的几种。在这个地方呢 ，Teacher Apple 会比较习惯把它们称为 head, body and tail。所以我们看这一个小方块，我们这一个小正方形，我们可以把它当做就是这一个展开图的头，然后中间的这4个呢就是它的身体，那下面的这个呢就是它的尾巴。一定注意啊，头和它的尾巴总是对立面，头尾头尾 ，OK。So here let's have a look。在这一种情况下面呢，我们有多少种？这里给大家快快的看一下这个视频。 大家完整的看一下这个视频，因为这几种在考试当中我们会经常的遇到，它也是最基本的。One for one type，OK，这种类型，我们看啊，头尾一定是对应着，那中间身体的部分，这4个是怎么一一对应的？看中间一定是隔了一个，我这里用不同的圈圈啊，还有这个叉叉，还有三角形来给它标记出来。那对于立体图形最好的学习的办法呢，就是小朋友们自己来试着折一折啊。家长朋友们可以在家里给小朋友把这些正方体的展开图给他解出来，让他自己去动手。感受一下哪个和哪个是对立面。OK， 第一种类型像141的话，其实一共是有6种。然后接下来我们再来看231的这种，一共是3种情况。其实也是它的头有几个？有2个。然后到了身体的部分呢，3个。然后到它的小脚是1个。那这种为了更好的方便小朋友们去记忆，我会叫它 duck shaped。看起来就像这一只愤怒的小鸭子，是不是？它的头、身体，然后还有它的脚。OK， 好，我们也来快的看一下这个视频，看一看是怎么样折叠的这个过程。OK 啊，这就是231的类型。231一共有几种？一共有3种。那刚刚我们说的141，小朋友们还记得有几种吗？马上换到下一页，还记得上一页说的吗？141一共有多少种 ？How many types are there？ 刚刚给大家看的。刚刚的一共有多少种？一共有6种。OK 啊，231的话呢有3种。那接下来我们再来看一看最后一种类型，就是像台阶型 staircase shaped. We have 3 3 and also we have 2 2 2. Okay, here again.好的，给大家都展示一下，这样子小朋友可以更在脑海中有一个更加形象的一个过程。所以看，这就是我们正方体展开图的11种。一定注意，一开始141一共有6种，对吧？然后到了第2种，像那个小鸭子图形的231一共有多少种？一共有3种。另外呢，再加上2种台阶型，注意我们有33，还有222。好的，那说完了这个的话，我们再来看一看什么样的图形它是不可以构成一个正方体的。What cannot make a cube? So here basically there are 4 types. For the first one, that is when you see the big windows, okay, cannot, okay? When you see the big windows, cannot. And also, when you see there is a long body, do you still remember that for the longest body, you can only have 4 squares? But when you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wow, it is too long, cannot. Okay, and also for the third type, you see that 我们刚刚说了，我们头和尾它们是在对立面，但注意哦，头和尾一个上一个下，一个左一个就要右，它可以2个都是在同一个方向吗？Cannot. Okay, so here when you see that there are 2 heads, okay, cannot. We cannot make a cube. Okay, the last one, it is about the big right angle. When you see the big right angle, also cannot make a cube. Okay. 注意一下关于不可以组成一个正方体的一些特征，就是这4类。好，那我们说完了关于正方体展开图的这些知识点，我们来做一个 quick quiz。OK, so among the colorful clues below, which of the following do not belong to the cube? Which one? A, B, C, D. Which one? Which one cannot make a cube? Yes, try it. This one is super easy, right? A, B, C, D, which one? Which one cannot make a cube? Wow, I see. Okay, good job, Mijo, Kona, Shuangling, right? Okay, I see. Oh, good job, Grace. Super easy for you. Okay, so here you see, it must be B. Why? Because you can see here is a big window, right? 看到这种大田字、大窗户的，就是不可以的。同样要注意，要读题的时候 do not, okay? It is super important. Okay, so now let's move on. The figure shown in the picture below is built out of identical cubes. How many cubes were used to build it? Okay, 这个地方稍微给大家拓展一个词，就是 identical. What is the meaning of identical? That is the same, the same. Okay, 就是一模一样的。OK，那我们看这道题其实非常的简单，对吧？但是这里呢，Teacher Apple 想要跟大家拓展的知识点是，我们怎么样来数小方块？那我们有两种方法。The first one is we can count by columns. And do remember that when you count by columns, you need to count it from bottom to top. So here, let's have a look. For the first column here, how many cubes can you see? We can see 3. So where can we label 3? Do remember to write on the top. 在最上面的地方来写上数字 3. And what about the second column? Here you see the middle one. Again, 1, 2, 3. We can see 3 cubes. So do remember to write down 3. Yes, and after that, 3, 3, 3. So actually you see how many 3 are there. In total, we have 5 3, right? 5 times 3 equals to 15. Understand? So this is about counting by columns. And also here, let's have a look. We have another way. That is to count by layers. And do remember, if you want to count by layers, we start from top to bottom. 如果是按层数的话，我们从上往下一层一层来。So here you see that for the first layer, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And we just write it down 5. Do remember to write down the number. And what about the middle one? Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So actually here is a cube hidden. 我们看不到中间的那个，但是我们知道，因为它上面有一个，上面那个怎么起来的？一定是下面的小 cube 去给它支撑起来的。所以第二层也是5个。Okay, and what about the last one? Again, we have 5. So in this way, how many 5? We have 3, 5. So that is 5 plus 5 plus 5. And also you can write it as 3 times 5 equals to 15. Okay? Now, one more question for you. You see, how many cubes are there in total? Everyone try to challenge yourself, okay? I give you 1 minute. Try to count it. 给大家来挑战一下，看看这一幅图哦，有一点点难了。一共有多少个小正方体呢？Okay, try to do that. (算出来了吗？I see. Okay, good job, everyone. So again, you see that the answer should be 20. Again, how can we count it? You can count it columns by columns, or you can count it layer by layer. Okay, so here do remember that if you want to count it column by column, you just write it down. 1, 1, 1, 1, okay? Because you see that for the bottom one, it is the easiest to count, okay? And then let's move on to 2, 2, 2, right? And then move on. Here we have 3, and also here we have 3. And what about the tallest one? The tallest one have 4, okay? So now you see, we just have 4 1s and 3 2s and 2 3s and 1 4. And then you just add all of them together. In this way, you can get 20. Understand? So this is about counting it column by column. And also another way that is you can try to count it layer by layer. So now you see for the first one, we have 1, right? The top one, only 1. And then move on here, we have 3. And what about the third one? Here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So here it should be 6, okay? And what about the bottom one? For the bottom one, here also we have 10. Okay. And again, if you count it layer by layer, also start from the top layer. That is 1 plus 3 plus 6 plus 10. So here also we can get 20. Okay, now let's move on. Lele is watching TV when the electricity went out suddenly. He pressed the remote 73 times. When the electricity comes back, the TV is on or off now. So here for this question, we try to figure out the pattern. What is the pattern? Here, again, everyone, try to draw the table to figure out the pattern. What is the start part? So originally, is the TV on or off? Lele is watching TV when the electricity suddenly went out. 他正在看电视的时候停电了，所以这个时候电视机到底是开着的还是关着的 ？On or off？ 这个点很容易出错，很多小朋友会觉得说啊，那个停电了，我看不了电视了 ，OK， 电视机就已经关掉了，是吗？No，OK。Yes, good job. 所以它一开始的时候，这个电视它一定是开着的。OK， 他现在开始要按这个遥控器。So he pressed it once. What about the TV? The TV must be off, right? Okay, and what about I press it again? On. I press it again. Off. I press it again. Oh, okay, so here, can you find the pattern? Actually, when you draw the table, you don't need to draw it from the start part to 73 times, okay? You don't need to draw all the process. You only need to try to list some of them and find the pattern. Okay, so here, what pattern, what conclusion can we get? Now you see, 1. 1 is the odd number. 2 is an even number. And then move on. 3, odd number. 4, even number. 5, odd number. So that is as long as it is an odd number. 当它是单数，当它是奇数的时候 you can see that the TV is always off, right? So now let's back to the question. You see 73 times 73. Is that an odd number or even number? Odd number or even number? Odd number, right? So here we can get what is the answer? The answer is off. Understand? 所以通常如果我们要画表格的话，我们只需要画看看它的初始状态，然后呢，你再画一个1，一个2，你就可以找到它的规律了。当它是单数的时候，这个电视机总是关着的；当它是双数的时候，这个电视机它总是开着的。Okay, so here everyone, quick quiz. What about now? I wanna press the remote 100 times. So could you please tell me the TV is on or off? On or off? Yep. Try to figure out the answer. On or off? Think about it. 100. Is that an odd number or even number? Yes, exactly. 100. That is a big even number. So as long as it is an even number, the TV is always on. Understand? Yes. Okay. Good job. So here, let's move on. Next one. Among the 5 pictures, the one that is different from others is number which one? Okay, try to find the different one. Do you remember? So again, firstly, you need to observe the picture and find the characteristics. Okay, 来看看这些图片有什么样的特征。所有的图片它都是由2个正方形构成的一个小长方形，然后呢，在这个当中我们还可以看到一些阴影的部分。阴影的部分是什么形状 ？Triangle， 对吗？它们都是三角形。OK， 那我们来看，如果是 A 的话，这个三角形的位置是什么样的？ It is from the bottom left to the top right, right? Bottom left, top right. Okay, and what about B? Okay, you try to rotate it a bit. You see that it is from the top left to bottom right. And also, let's have a look. What about the C? Again, try to rotate it. Okay, so here you see it should be also the top left to the bottom right. Okay, try to rotate it. And what about the D? Also, top left to the bottom right. And what about the E? Top left to the bottom right. So now you see which one is different. That is A。OK， 关注一下方向。那在看具体的方向之前呢，一定要去观察这个图形、这个图片本身有什么样的特征。这个也是在代数的考题当中特别容易考的关于旋转的部分。有的时候它会给到一些小动物，比如说一只小袋鼠，一只小猴子。那你看看这个小猴子的尾巴或者小袋鼠的脑袋，一开始是朝哪一边的？一定注意旋转，它是不可能改变这个图形的特征的。它原来假设原来这个小猴子的尾巴它是朝左边，那你不管怎么转，它的这个尾巴其实都是相对于它的位置朝左的，不可能转着转着，转到右边去了。OK， 这是一个小小的 point。所以我们来接着这一个来做一个非常简单的快速练习。Which of the options below cannot be obtained through rotating? Do you remember? Cannot. Okay, A, B, C, D. Which one? Which one? Cannot. Which one? 看一下哪一个是不可以的。Oh, so fast. Okay, I see. Some students answer so fast. Okay, great. So now you see it must be C. Why? Because here you see originally for the shaded part and for the cross part, they are opposite to each other, right? So how can they be next to each other? Of course, no. Understand? So now you see this is about the rotating. Do remember that for rotating never changes the characteristic of the picture. OK， 它绝对不会改变这个图形的特点。OK, the last one. Which figure can we form with 3 L-shaped figures? OK, so can you find the L-shaped figure? Look, this is the L-shaped figure. OK, so now everyone try to figure out. What's your answer? Could you please share with me? A, B, C, D, E. Which one? Everyone? Do you have the answer? A, B, C, D, E. Which one? A? Are you sure? A? Oh, I see. Oh, so many of you. Okay, so many students choose A. Okay, so now let's have a look. Well, for the first one here, you see this is an L shape, right? And can you find the second L shape? Where is it? It is exactly in the middle, right? And what about the third one? The third one is on the right side. Okay, yes. So now we see for picture 1, can. And what about for picture 2? Again, try to find the L shape. OK， 小朋友们自己在做题的时候也一定要记得把这个 L 给它画在图片上。OK， 如果你能画出来，那就说明你可以找得到。一定动笔不要光用眼睛去看，然后在你们的小脑瓜里面做这个运算。OK， 好，我们来看第二个Also, L shape, try to turn it upside down, right? So this is an L. Okay, and what about the third one? Look, that is at the bottom. Okay, so this is the second one. Also can form. Okay, and what about for the third one? For the third one, again, let's have a look. This is an L shape, and can you find more? Look, the second one, turn it upside down, another L shape. And what about the third one? The third one is on the top. Okay, so here you see, this is the last one. Okay, so in this way, we can figure out the answer should be A. Easy? 一定注意遇到这种题，能画出来就给它画出来。OK， 那剩下的部分呢，我们可以看到，比如说第6个。OK, so here. OK, you can only figure out the 2 L shape, right? So what about the last one? That is a straight line. OK, and what about for the 5th one? OK, this is an L shape. Can you find another L shape? Okay, so here maybe. Okay, and what about in the middle? Cannot. Okay, and also for the last one. For the last one here, you can see that, we have a 3 and also we have a 3. So actually only in the middle, there is 1 L-shaped. Okay. Let me check how many of you answer all the questions in section A correctly? How many of you? If you answer all the corrections correctly, could you please tell me in the chat box? 有多少小朋友是 section A 所有的题目都完成正确的？好，可以在聊天框里告诉 Apple 老师。When it comes to the math competitions for lower primary school students, usually there are 5 key modules. So first one, it is about the calculation. So here you can see that the paper will test the kids' addition and subtraction in tricks and also multiplication and division and also the number pattern. So here I want to mention more about the multiplication and the division. It is more important for kids to understand what is the meaning of multiplication and division. So for example, what is the meaning of 5 times 3? You can understand it as 5 plus 5 plus 5. Also, you can understand it as 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. And what is the meaning of division? Actually, that is you try to divide something, you try to share something or group something equally. The second module is about the geometry or spatial awareness. So actually the most important thing for kids is they need to observe more in their daily lives. Usually for P2 students, they will try to learn more about the 3D figures rather than 2D figures. So it is very important for them to observe, to touch, so then they can have a deeper and better understanding towards geometry. The third one is about the practical application. I have to say that for this module, it is quite hard for lower primary school students because actually for most part, it is not about how they calculate correctly, but that is to understand the question properly. And here usually during the class, we will mention more about the habits. The habits about how to read the question carefully and correctly. Okay, so for example, try to underline some keywords and try to highlight some key number or key information because actually sometimes kids may meet some questions with some useless information. Okay, and the fourth module is about the counting and number theory. And for counting, they have to count one by one or layer by layer or column by column. But anyway, do remember to count in order. The last one is about the combinatorics, and for this module, we will introduce more in the following weeks. Okay, and here also Teacher Apple want to mention more about our syllabus for students who already study in Think Academy. So here I want to mention more about the calculation. For example, like lesson 1 and lesson 2, how can we fill in operation signs and numbers? And also please pay more attention to shapes in equation, like how can we figure out the value of an apple? How can we figure out the number of a peach? So actually during the class, we already learned several tips and tricks. And also next week, Teacher Apple will help you to review all the tips we already learned. And on the right side here, everyone, you can see there is a question from SASMO. Actually, you see that for the question we practiced and learned during the class, actually it is more challenging than the real questions kids will meet during competitions. Okay, and also for lesson 7 about number puzzles, this is also another hot topic in math competitions. So here you can see as the Explorer 3 shows A plus B plus C plus D plus E plus F plus G, and then plus E plus F plus E plus F equals to 42. Here you can see in this question, there are 7 numbers to choose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And also here are 7 different letters. So the key point here is to regroup, right? Try to group A to G so you can figure out the sum of these 7 letters. And after that, try to group E and F. Then you can figure out the sum of E plus F. Okay, and next one, it is about the lesson 10. The topic is tips and tricks in addition and subtraction. Okay, next part is about the geometry. The first
the first topic to review is about the overlapping shapes and cutting. Actually, this topic is frequently tested in several math competitions. So here you can see that which one is on the top, which one is on the bottom. Here, the most important thing is pay attention to the order. Is the order from top to bottom or from bottom to top? Everyone, please try to underline the keywords when you read the question. And another one is about how many pieces will the string be cut. Actually, this is kind of like the interval problems. You can see that the number of cuts and the number of pieces. The number of pieces is always equal to the number of cuts plus 1. Okay, and the next one is about the lesson 6. The topic is directions and position. So here again, everyone, we can review the 8 direction: north, south, east, west, and northeast, northwest, southeast, southwest. Okay, and for lesson 8, as I mentioned, the rotation of 2D figures. So what is the characteristic of rotation? That is, rotation never changes the characteristics of a picture. For example, you try to rotate a circle, you cannot say, okay, after rotation, oh, I get a triangle, right? It is impossible. Okay, and also here, I want to show you some questions from the real competitions. And for next part, I want to introduce about why we encourage kids to join SMKC or TASMO. So for the first one, we try to set the goal for kids since there are few tests or competitions or quizzes in school for P1 and P2 students. So how can we test the kids' math ability? A good way is to send them to join some competitions, so then we can set a goal for them. And also we can try to assess what kinds of the topic they are very good at and what about the weak modules. So also here we can get this analysis from the results of the competitions. The third one, that is try to obtain a sense of fulfillment. Actually, I have to say that for lower primary school students, the math competition is not that hard for them compared to those competitions for upper primary school students. And the last one, for competition, I think it is a very good way for kids to revise what they learned, and also they can try to review some key points.